Hi, I want to take a moment and introduce myself. I am Joe White, the owner of Grow Property Management. I'm also the broker over here. Chances are we've already spoken through text, email, or on the phone. First, I want to welcome you to Grow Property Management, our family. So I want to give you some quick explanations on the property management document that we sent to you, and maybe I can save you some time with it. So our agreement is based upon the Pennsylvania State Board of Realtors agreement, and it is extremely consumer oriented. So should be fairly straightforward and with no surprises. So at this point, you're likely already familiar with our management service fees, and they're typically set between 7.9 to 10%, mainly based upon your location. Your specific fee can be found on your management agreement. So the pricing tier on your property management agreement can be changed at any time. So if it's not the tier that you're thinking is best for you, or you think you might change your mind later, don't worry, you can change it freely later. So the fees and the terms of the document are non-negotiable, and they're not something that we would ever alter. I do understand real estate investors are used to negotiating, but it's a very fair agreement and it's already consumer oriented. So most of the owners that we service own just a single property, but these are the same terms and fees that we use with the owners with larger portfolios, and they're the same terms and fees that we use with large bank portfolios that we manage. If you spent time calculating the end cost, you probably found us to be the least expensive solution of all the major property management companies. Hopefully you also found us to be the most transparent and without hidden fees. You may have also seen that we are the top reviewed company. Our reviews and our lower pricing go hand in hand. Both of these stem from the fact that we are extremely system oriented and we are extremely efficient. This means we don't deviate from our protocols ever. We change and we improve them all the time, but we rarely deviate from them. So I want to explain some of the numbers you're seeing on your document. The good news is there are likely no out-of-pocket expenses for you. Your first month is likely free, but even after that, you are likely only being charged by us after a tenant is placed. And then we will collect the needed funds from the anticipated rents. So looking at the agreement, you're going to see an amount stated as a reserve amount. The reserve is an amount of your money that we'll always hold to pay for any possible repairs to your property that might occur. If your agreement says $300, then we'll always make sure we have $300 in hold. Again, we'll likely correct this money from the anticipated incoming rents. So the reserve is important as it helps us to maintain best practices from the state. So you'll also see a section that gives us permission to make repairs on your behalf up to a certain amount. This is important because if for some reason we cannot reach you, we'll need to act quickly to protect your property and to protect the tenants. So to the date of this video, in all the years since I created this company, only once were we unable to get in touch with the owner to make a repair. And that was for a broken water pipe, which cost the owner $78. So the last fee you see is the same fee that we have listed on our pricing information that we sent you, that we charge 17% above on the cost of repairs. Most property repairs are under $300. But let's say your property has an expensive repair of $1,000. We're going to charge you $170 on top of that to oversee it. So we're operating almost like a general contractor, but for a fraction of the cost. But like a general contractor, we are overseeing and facilitating the repair, and likely bringing well-vetted, good contractors that you don't have access to otherwise. To us, if your property breaks, and if it breaks a lot, overseeing those repairs is extremely time expensive for us. Last week I was on 4 roofs alone, and one of them was a 5-story high building, and I really didn't enjoy my climb up. But I got to tell you, for some reason, I really didn't enjoy the climb down. For some reason, it was a whole lot worse for me. So that fee offsets our cost when we need to write a property. Okay, so you have your property management agreement. When should you sign it? I recommend you sign it immediately, even if you're months away from beginning service. On our end, the sooner you sign it, the easier it is on us. There is a whole lot more that goes into onboarding a property for us and also building its marketing than what you might realize. And legally, we can't do much on our end without that document giving us your permission. The marketing benefits from seniority, and we also want to try building a waiting list for when your property is ready to be active and to get showings. We get in over 40 inquiries a day from prospective tenants. We have prospective tenants needing a place tomorrow. We have prospective tenants contacting us 6 months before they need a space. We have current tenants wanting to stay with our company, but they need to change units for some reason. We all the time we have tenants who know they're having a baby in 5 months, or roommates that are deciding it's time to live solo. So it's really not uncommon for us to place great tenants long before a property is vacant. Tenants will wait for a specific property as long as they know it's eventually coming. So I would sign the documents so we can start things on our end. Once again, I want to welcome you to our family, and we look forward to getting started.